My wife praises her ex, in the same house I pay for, and the worst part is, she does it like I should be grateful she stayed. For 2 years, I have smiled through insults no husband should swallow. She stays under my roof, eats from my table, wears the clothes I buy, and still makes me feel like the man she regrets marrying. Whenever my small business struggles, Melissa knows exactly where to press the wound. My ex had real ambition, she says, sometimes in private, sometimes in front of people, and every time I smile, not because it doesn't hurt, but because I am still trying to save a marriage she already buried in her heart. I pay the bills. I respect her family. I come home early. I love her quietly, because I keep telling myself patience can heal what pride is destroying. But proud people make one dangerous mistake. They confuse a quiet man with a weak man, and Melissa is making that mistake every single day. She thinks I am too calm to change, too loyal to leave, too ordinary to become anything without her. But the same business she mocks is about to open doors she used to dream of entering. Soon, the people who ignored me start calling. Rooms begin opening. The name she mocked starts carrying weight. And one day, when Melissa stands in front of me crying, I will not shout. I will not insult her. I will not even feel angry. I will just look at her and realize the love she keeps testing has finally died. With weakness. When they married, Ethan was a simple man with a small supply business. No flashy clothes. No fake online lifestyle. No loud friends. But he paid bills early, respected her family, came home on time, and loved Melissa consistently. He believed marriage was teamwork. Melissa believed marriage was status. First, she hid it well. Then her beauty business exploded. Orders increased. Money flowed. Clients praised her daily. Soon, success entered her heart the wrong way. It became pride. The insults began slowly. Your little business is cute. You should think bigger. My ex had real ambition. Whenever she mentioned her ex, Ethan went quiet. That silence irritated her. So she escalated. At parties she laughed. I'm the real man in this house. Friends howled with laughter. Ethan smiled politely, but inside, something was shutting down. At night he reached for her. Melissa moved away. Not tonight. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. Then intimacy became punishment. If she was angry, no touch. If he questioned spending, no touch. If she wanted control, no touch. Nearly 2 years passed. A married man sleeping beside a woman who treated affection like a reward. Still, Ethan never cheated, never cursed her, never embarrassed her. He simply became quieter. And quiet men become dangerous when hope dies. Melissa's friends loved advising her. You earn more than him. You can replace him anytime. Men fear successful women. None of those women had peaceful homes. But Melissa listened to all of them and ignored the man trying to protect theirs. One evening Ethan said gently, Melissa, I miss us. She laughed coldly. There is no us until you level up. Then came the line she thought would crush him. My ex would have built me an empire by now. Ethan looked at her for a long time, then said softly, Then maybe you married the wrong man. She smirked. She thought she won. She didn't know she had just lost him. While Melissa chased image, Ethan built quietly. He studied markets at night, saved every extra coin, worked weekends, made contacts in silence. Then one contract changed everything. A hotel chain needed reliable suppliers. Ethan delivered. Then referrals came. Restaurants, offices, events. Money started arriving fast. The same little business Melissa mocked now earned more in 1 month than her store made in 3. He bought an SUV, opened a larger office, hired workers, but came home exactly the same. No bragging, no revenge, no side women. That confused Melissa, because success made him richer and colder. He no longer argued, no longer reacted, no longer touched her, no longer cared when she praised her ex. One night she wore perfume he once loved, sat close beside him, ran a hand across his chest. Ethan moved away and kept reading. She frowned. "You're rejecting me now?" He turned a page. "I'm tired." That one sentence shook her more than any insult, because for the first time, she was the one being denied. Then life turned. Melissa expanded too fast, trusted the wrong manager. Money disappeared. Customers demanded refunds. Loans piled up. Rent increased. Bad reviews spread online. Orders dried up. Within months, her business was collapsing. The same friends who praised her vanished. No free products. No fancy dinners. No loud advice. One by one, they disappeared. Pride is crowded in sunshine. Truth arrives in rain. The day the bank came for her car, Melissa stood outside crying. Ethan drove up in his SUV, saw everything, said nothing. He paid the debt immediately, then opened the passenger door. "Get in." She expected comfort. He drove home in silence. At the gate she burst into tears. "Why are you helping me after everything?" Ethan stared ahead. "Because my character was never based on yours." Melissa broke down. He paid the bills, kept food in the house, handled emergencies, bought medicine when she was sick, fixed what was broken, but gave no affection. No kisses. No jokes, no desire, no warmth. He had become a provider without love. That punishment was worse than divorce, because she could see him every day and still not reach him. Melissa tried everything. She cooked his favorite meals, wore dresses he once admired, canceled toxic friendships, blocked her ex, prayed, cried, changed. One night she moved close in bed and whispered, "I miss my husband." Ethan answered in the dark, "You miss access." Her chest tightened. "That's not true." He replied calmly, "Name one time you valued me before money came." She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. Silence testified against her. Weeks later, Melissa visited her mother. Through tears, she confessed everything. Her mother sighed deeply. "I warned you." Melissa cried harder. Her mother held her hand. Many women think a good man is boring, until life introduces chaos. Melissa lowered her head, because chaos had arrived, and peace was sleeping beside her, unreachable. One Sunday morning, Ethan watered plants outside, calm, focused, peaceful without her. Melissa realized something brutal. She had not broken him. She had trained him to live without needing her. She walked over slowly. "Ethan, do you hate me?" "No." "Then what do you feel?" He finally looked at her. "Gratitude." She froze. "For what?" "For teaching me how to survive emotional hunger." Her legs weakened. That night she stood before him shaking. "I know I was proud. I know I hurt you. I know I became someone ugly." Tears ran down her face. "Please, tell me there is still hope." Ethan sat silently for a long moment, then said, "Respect can return." Hope filled her eyes. "Trust can rebuild." She stepped closer. Then he finished. "But desire dies when it is starved and insulted too long." Melissa collapsed to the floor sobbing. Because some wounds do not bleed when they happen. They bleed later. Months passed. Melissa changed for real. Worked modestly. Spoke softly. Served quietly. Listened more. No performance. No audience. Just growth. Ethan noticed. One evening he came home carrying flowers. Her hands trembled. "Are those for me?" He placed them on the dining table. For the house. Then walked upstairs. Melissa laughed through tears. Even kindness now came with distance. Years later, they were still married. But Melissa knew the truth. A marriage can remain in one house, long after love has moved out. She learned the hardest lesson of her life. A loyal man is easiest to disrespect when life is easy. But when storms come, money cannot hold you, friends cannot save you, an ex cannot heal you, and pride cannot warm the cold side of a king-size bed.